Stepping out of the script. It feels like walking naked into a church. Everyone gasps. Their fear splashes onto you like cold water. You think, shit, maybe I'm wrong, but here's the truth. A wolf that howls at night doesn't check first if the sheep find the sound acceptable. It just howls. Because that's what evolution coded it to do. You're not a sheep in the pen, you're the wolf outside the fence. And of course that terrifies them. They say you're broken because you don't tick in their rhythm. But think, a broken clock, it's still right twice a day. Yet a clock that only ticks the same safe beat is never right about anything new. So who's really broken? The one breaking rhythm, or the one who can't escape it? There was once a scientist who mixed chemicals that no one dared touch. Everyone called him insane, reckless. One day his lab exploded, and out of that fire a new element was discovered. The villagers still muttered crazy, but now they were building houses, weapons and medicine out of what his madness birthed. That's you. Madness on the front end, evolution on the back end. But people won't accept me. People aren't supposed to accept you. If they accept you too quickly, you've blended into wallpaper. Your function is not comfort. Your function is disruption. Comfort makes people sleepy. Disruption wakes them the fuck up. But I'll be rejected. Rejection is evidence that you're hitting a boundary, and boundaries, they exist to be expanded. Think about muscles. They only grow when pushed to failure. People's resistance is simply their psyche doing push-ups with your existence. But I'm afraid of being called crazy. Every prophet, every inventor, every revolutionary was called crazy before they were called genius. Insanity is just what fear labels vision. Remember when you were a kid and refused to eat the food you hated, peas, broccoli, whatever. Everyone said eat it or else, and you said fuck that. That was rebellion. Small, yes, but rebellion nonetheless. Remember when you doodled in the margins of your school book instead of staying in the lines? That was rebellion. Every laugh at the wrong time. Every refusal to nod when others nodded. That's the wolf sneaking out of the pen. Now zoom out. Entire civilizations, they're built because someone said, this script is bullshit. Rome fell because it clung too tightly to the script. The Renaissance exploded because artists, scientists, rebels, they shredded the script. When you reject coin flip thinking, you're not just doing it for yourself, you're plugging into the very machinery of human progress. You say you want freedom, authenticity, truth. Okay, then let me slam this home. You can't value freedom if you live as a puppet. You can't value truth if you censor yourself for applause. You can't value authenticity if you're playing tic-tac-toe while your soul is screaming to play 4D chess. So if you value what you say you do, then you must live like it. Otherwise your values, they're lies that you tell yourself so you can sleep. Neuroscience. The brain predicts patterns. They survive by forecasting. When you break the pattern, their brain panics. Error signal. That's why they frown, gossip, reject. But here's the hack. That error signal is the exact doorway to which new learning enters. Confusion cracks the wall. The brain literally rewires in the space of disrupted expectation. So when you confuse people, you're not failing. You're seeding new synapses. You're not chaos. You're the midwife of growth. If you hide, you'll fossilize, you'll shrink. People will love your compliance, but only because it makes them feel less cowardly about their own cage. Your gravestone will read, "Here lies the one who never scared anyone." But if you shine, you get called a freak, a rebel, a lunatic, yes. You'll be outcast from some circles, but years later, they'll trace their own courage back to your howl. Your gravestone will read, "Here lies the one who cracked the walls so others could walk free." Which feels heavier, with regret? Which lighter with impact? Every time you swallow your howl, you teach others to swallow theirs. You multiply silence. That's karmic debt, heavy, sticky, suffocating. Every time you howl, even trembling, you give others permission to howl too. That's karmic credit, light, expansive, evolutionary. And you can remember, can't you, how natural it feels when you let yourself just step sideways out of the script. How when you picture yourself 5 years from now, living coin flip safe versus living raw unapologetic, you already know which version feels alive. So let the truth settle, let it crawl under your skin until it becomes yours. So deeply yours that pretending otherwise feels impossible. Listen, life isn't about pleasing the fucking sheep. It's about becoming the wolf they secretly wish that they had the courage to be. People are scared of you because you remind them they're trapped. That's not your problem, that's your gift. The script is slavery disguised as safety. And if you keep playing it, you rot politely while evolution passes you by. But if you tear the pages, burn them, write your own, yeah, you'll scare the shit out of people, but you'll also wake them up. And evolution only happens when someone dares to wake the sleepers. So stop asking why they call you crazy. Start asking why you ever gave a fuck about their permission. You're not here to be accepted. You're here to be undeniable. You're not broken. You're the crack in the wall that lets the light in. And the day you decide to live that fully, it's the day you stop flipping coins and start forging universes.